problem is that the system is broken. The system is broken. Even the officer they were scratching their heads. Oh, what do we do about this? This girl is about 105 pounds soaking wet, if that. That's what the officer said. What do we do about this? Clearly she couldn't hurt him as he can hurt her. He said that too. But because their stories matched, the law tells them that they have to do something, and that of the two witnesses, her and him, she was the aggressor and he was the victim. The system's broken. The way you fix that system is to have domestic violence awareness. I mean, real domestic violence awareness systems, programming, training put in place for every single police officer in the United States of America. Everyone. Because it's not a he said, she said situation. Look, I mean, it's a profiling situation. And when you start taking this as a person and as a nation seriously, and when I say this, I'm talking about the epidemic of domestic violence just in this country alone, then you could start treating this epidemic as something that is deserving of profiling. Because I don't know about you, but in my view, this is murder. Unwarranted homicide is the same as war, is the same as terrorism. It's not a he said, she said. It's not something where, well, let me look at what the law says. Let me look at what the law says and what I'm supposed to do by the law. I know that we need structure. Okay, that's what the world says. But we don't do that with terrorism. When we have, when we're profiling someone, there's no, it's profiling. It's an actual training that they go through to profile. That's what we need to do with domestic violence. When every 3 seconds, in the United States alone, with adults alone, this doesn't include children, someone is either assaulted or beaten in the United States alone, that's an epidemic. And then when you add in those statistics, how many of them saw their death, how many of those are homicides, how many of those were killed, that's an epidemic. And then when you look at the statistics of how many that went missing, like the 43% missing people of color at the same time went missing around the same time, reported missing around the same time as Gabby Petito, how many of those perhaps are dead and we don't know? How high do you think the real statistics really are?